Ahead.
Abe, what's on for this year at the Broadway Sound Masterclasses?
Well, as exciting as Broadway Masterclasses are, I think this year was going to be really, really terrific because we're looking at a new version of an American musical called American Idiot, which is the show we're going to see. Again, bringing contemporary rock music to the Broadway world, and I think that's really important. And in keeping with that, the rest of the classes are all going to look at the fact that we are now making sound in the theater as large a spectacle as the other designs, and yet we're doing it in a much more intelligent and sophisticated way, so it doesn't just appear to be louder, but it is better and more expansive. And all of the members of our panel, I think, are going to amplify that, if I may. Also, we have a very interesting panel on the role of assistants to associates to designers, especially for students that are coming to Broadway Masterclasses for the first time, an idea of how you can get to Broadway or get to any part of professional theater. There is a lot of work out there that's not just on Broadway. So that's, I think, some of the exciting things we're going to do at this year's Broadway Sound Masterclass.
And who are some of the featured speakers?
Brian Ronan, who designed American Idiot and is also responsible for Promises, Promises revival opening on Broadway this year, and he also just won the Olivier Award for Best Sound Design in London for Spring Awakening. Jonathan Deans, who really needs no introduction, has done just about everything with regard to Cirque du Soleil and is represented on Broadway this year by the revival of La Cage aux Folles. Also, Bob McCarthy is going to do his class on how to integrate multiple loudspeaker systems into a cohesive and unified whole. John Taylor from D&B Audio is also going to talk about the new ways of using line arrays as far as integrating again into the theater world. Acme Sound Partners, Tom Clark and Nevin Steinberg will be there to talk about how they've done the transition from Broadway to the London West End stages. Rob Kaplowitz is going to talk about his designs for Fela, which is a musical that's still running on Broadway, and quite an interesting technological expanse in all of the designs. I believe Fela is also going to be seen at the projection classes, lighting classes. And Peter Hylensky, who designed Shrek on Broadway, and also Rock of Ages, another one of the musicals that could bring in contemporary music to the theater. Peter also was the co-producer of the original cast recording of Shrek and received a Grammy nomination for that. So it's another version of what sound designers can do as far as other areas of their work.
And who do you think should come to the classes generally, and what will they take away with them?
Well, I'm hopeful that we have a lot of the graduate students that are ready to come to New York, ready to move on from graduate school to what other things they're going to want to do. But I also think it's important for professionals who are either in the manufacturing or distributing part of sound equipment for the theater, as well as Broadway sound operators and other designers, because I think the interchange of ideas that we all have helps this industry the most.
Now, you've talked about louder not necessarily being better. How do you do that when it's half concert sound, half Broadway sound?
It's the quality of the work that you bring to it. You can hit people over the head with a hammer, or you can hit them over the head with a velvet glove. They still get hit, but it's an easier way of going about it. And I think that's one of the things that the quality of sound has improved, such that you can become loud or increased in volume without becoming obnoxious.
And that's your theme for this year's classes.
And that's never become obnoxious. That's I guess the way to be the theme.